Cole has a very unique approach to what we consider diss tracks, from his response to Nas's criticism to when he addressed Lil Pump and No Name. Let's get into it and further elaborate. Releasing in 2013, the first song I want to mention is Let Nas Down. Now before y'all grill me, let me explain why I'm mentioning this track. Yes, it's more of an explanation track than diss, but it was definitely birthed out of anger, as revealed by Cole in both the song itself and on an interview with Fuse.
Watch, you know what I mean? I'm getting mad defensive. I'm saying wild things that I ain't gonna say on camera, but I'm getting defensive, you know what I mean? Because they don't know what I had to go through. But I was hurt, really. On the inside, I was really hurt because I really idolized Nas, you know what I mean? And
like he said, No ID gave him a call and said while in the studio with Nas, Escobar himself said he hated the hit track, Workout, and it was unnecessary. Cole ended up getting defensive after hearing this, but luckily, once he got in the booth, his sentiments changed. Instead of dissing Nas, long live the idols, may they never be your rivals, he instead opted to show his side of things, detailing why he needed to make that type of song as a newly signed artist. Nas respected the track, even hopping on a remix to state, "Now I'm playing Born Sinner loud. Saw you live, rock the crowd like wow, you made your brother Nas proud, so you ain't let Nas down." And they ended up making peace in a sense. How Cole handled this situation is important because it would go on to be his default way of dealing with some of the other times he felt disrespected from this point forward. Kinda. This next response is the only outlier in his list. Let's move on to his Control verse rebuttal. In the same year Born Sinner and Let Nas Down dropped, Kendrick shook the game up with his verse on Control, and there were a lot of responses. I genuinely did not know Cole had a response until I started making this video. The song in question is TKO remix by Justin Timberlake. In the verse, Cole basically details his confusion and irritation and how even his mother is asking how he gonna respond. He takes a jab at Kendrick citing, decisions. In case this is war, then I load up on all ammunition. If a brother want problems, my triggers on auto, I make sure that nobody miss him. Then he ends off recounting all his accomplishments over Kendrick at the time to end the verse. I think there was a huge wave of responses and his merely got swept away with the tide once things settled. Next up, one of the more famous diss records, False Prophets. Releasing at the end of 2016, this track made quite a few waves because of who Cole was taking shots at. Though he never stated a name, it's widely believed he's talking about Kanye, which I also believe he is, with lyrics such as, "When he tell us he a genius but it's clear lately, it's been hard for him to look up in the mirror lately." You know, Kanye love calling himself genius, you know. And other lines like, "Damn, wonder what happened. Maybe it's my fault for idolizing brothers based off the words they be rapping. When come to find out, these brothers don't even write they shit. Hear some new style bubbling up, then they bite that shit." There was a lot of speculation he was talking about Drake at the time because of the Quentin Miller / Meek Mill fiasco that happened a year prior. But Cole cleared that up in Middle Child. "Just put the rollie right back on my wrist. The watch came from Drizzy, he gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying, I did. They act like two legends cannot coexist. But I never beef with a brother for nothing. If I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout. It won't be for fame. It won't be cause my shit ain't selling the same. It won't be to sell you my latest little sneakers. It won't be cause some brothers slid in my lane." Latest little sneakers? I wonder what rapper at the time was the main one known for his brand of shoes. Let me know if I'm reaching with that. But yeah, let's double back for a second, because False Prophets was about two individuals, and I think Cole shouldn't have mentioned the latter. Cole went on to diss Wale in the second verse. "I got a homie, he a rapper and he wanna went bad. He want the fame, the acclaim, the respect that's been had by all legends. So every time I see him, he's stressing, talking about brothers don't mess with me. This shit depressing. And I know he's so bitter, he can't see his own blessings. God damn, brother, you too blind to see you got fans, brother, and a platform to make classic rap songs to change a brother's life, but you too anxious living life. Always worry about the critics who ain't ever fucking did it. I write what's in my heart, don't give a fuck who fucking with it." I know that was a lot, but I feel like the context was necessary, exposing to all of us what Wale was complaining to him about. You might see an attitude change from Let Nas Down to this particular track. Cole went from caring what others think, specifically his idols, to not caring. If he likes it, he likes it. and I think that's respectable growth. What he probably didn't anticipate was Wale's response, which was extremely wicked to me in the track Groundhog Day. He expounds upon all his shortcomings and then some. He makes it clear. I'm heavily flawed, but far from a false prophet. I'm a motherfucking honorable, forlorn, Cassius Muhammad, McGregor, Connor, these rap artists. Why you talking? And that's just the intro. Give it a listen if you haven't. Okay, apparently postscript. This particular static they had was staged. I'm not quite sure if it was, but whatever it is, they hashed out their differences, if they had any. A line I did find funny was, not to cause a situation, but what side of my biracial friends call me they... Next up, 1985, I Arrive. The closing track to his 2018 project, KOD, which is a retort to Lil Pump's diss track, Fuck J. Cole. In this track, he's addressing the new school rappers as a whole. He takes the same approach he did on False Prophets, where he assumes the role of teacher, while also letting it be known they can never hold a candle to him. Grown man bars, something you gotta deal with. But then, Lil Pump started throwing a fit, and then Cole sat down with him for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe he was trying to understand him or something. I also guess he hadn't really connected with many young rappers at this point either. The aftermath of choosing peace after talking yo shit was a little strange to me, but I guess. Next up, Snow on the Bluff. June 2020 during COVID. No Name was making tweets directed to all top-selling pro-black rappers, which reads, poor black folks all over the country are putting their bodies on the line in protest for our collective safety, and y'all favorite top-selling rappers not even willing to put up a tweet. In words, whole discographies be about black plight, and they nowhere to be found. I'm not gonna lie, this tweet is kind of funny. I'm aware Cole and Kendrick were outside protesting and not sure of everything they have or haven't done, but we seen images of them outside doing that at least. It's Cole detailed in the track. He seen the tweets and believed she was addressing him, which I'm pretty sure she was, but Cole, you were outside, you were on the news. I don't think this even warranted a response. If all you wanted to do was get to the bottom of why she was being so venomous, why not just contact her? But I get it. Maybe Cole communicates in a different way. In the track, he defaults to his general way of addressing what he perceives as disrespect. He takes his time to teach, point out some of the contradictions he believes are there, and talk his shit. He got a lot of backlash for this from artists like Chance, Earl Sweatshirt, and countless other Twitter users I'm too lazy to look up the tweets from. I used to listen to No Name way back in the day when she still had Gypsy in her name, so I may be a little biased when it comes to her diss track, so I acknowledge that. But she fired back with Song 33. After some tweets from Cole overly explaining himself the next morning, I'm guessing someone got them on the phone together. I genuinely believe these tracks were unnecessary. If they were going to talk it out, they could have just did that in the first place, but, you know, who am I? Lastly, I'm sure everyone just heard this one. 7-minute drill. But after Dreamville Fest, we might as well throw it away. Kendrick blatantly fired at you on Like That. You were in a right to defend yourself. I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I know he was getting backlash for criticizing Kendrick albums. You can go on Twitter, see all that. And I know he clearly stated he wanted to protect his peace and it was hard to sleep for 2 days or something, but it's still just unreal. Because, bro, you talk way too crazy in your tracks to go out like this, man. How many tracks we heard how he say he smoked rappers easily, this, that, and the third? Like, bro. Now, with all of these being mentioned, I think you can see a glaring similarity between most of them. Cole is kind of respectful while also talking his shit. That's not a bad thing. But on regular features, he's talking crazy the full way through. I can't slight him for being careful. But this man has plenty of tracks stating how easily he could smoke a rapper. But whenever he does get into discourse, he de-escalates it. I guess, like he said in Middle Child, he wants to be legit with it whenever he smoke a rapper. Or maybe he's just holding back, you know. I don't know. This is just how I'm viewing it. This was my first long form video, by the way. I definitely may have gotten some details wrong. Please correct me in the comments and share whatever opinions you got. And if they differ from my own, definitely do your own research and gauge the mentioned tracks for yourself if you'd like to. That's it, man. Saying Lord, I'm out of here.